Too blessed to be stressed, too anointed to be disappointed, and if hope was money, we'd be millionaires.
Amen, brother.
Terry, I've got my wife, Anita Romero, on. She just wants to share the way this drug that's chloroquine. She just got a good news story.
God bless you, Anita.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Terry.
Yeah.
I just wanted to share with everybody that my mother was hospitalized back in late March.
Yeah.
Actually, after they started shutting things down. Or actually, after they started shutting everything down.
Mm-hmm.
And she was starting to have some difficulty with her respirations, and they thought, well, we're going to take her to the hospital. Well, she had some other issues, but while she was there in the hospital, they had diagnosed her with COVID. So I don't know if it's because they wanted to gin up the numbers and have her there, and they put her on a respirator. But I also asked them, well, what medication do you have her on for this? And they said she's on hydrochloric. Well, they actually told me Plaquenil. That's actually the trade name for hydrochloroquine. And this drug is used for anti-malaria. It's an anti-malaria drug. It's also treated for lupus and rheumatoid arthritis. And they put her on this medication, and she's healed. She's back at home, and she's doing well. But I just want to share something. Early on, I was listening to Dr. Oz on Sean Hannity's show, and he would say that he would look for people who were prescribed hydrochloroquine, those with arthritis and rheumatoid lupus.
Yeah.
If they've had COVID, and he could not find not one single person that was diagnosed with COVID, those that are being treated with hydrochloroquine, Plaquenil, for rheumatoid arthritis. So that's very interesting, and it's a good news item. Also, this medicine has been around for over 60 years, so it just shows the longevity and the effectiveness of medication. And also, when they use hydrochloroquine, they also use along with it azithromycin, and that's it's an antibiotic, which is used to treat bacteria for infections of bronchitis and pneumonia. So they usually use those combined. But I think that's something that is not talked about in the mainstream media. They're always touting a vaccine. There was no, what about the H1N1? There's more people died of H1N1 than COVID. So that's just a good news story. I think all of us being more aware and being informed and vocal, all you people out there, we need to be more vocal about this and just research, send emails to your congressmen, your elected officials, and okay, so that's my good news story.
Thank you.
God bless you all, and
Thank you.
Thank you for allowing me to be on the show.
Thank you, Anita. And I loved it. You know, Anita, this really does correspond to the article I have on LifeSite News that says study shows COVID-19 patients receiving hydrochloroquine see death rate cut in half. And so this is just confirming your mother's situation. But I want to ask a deeper question. Anita, stay with us for a minute. Anita, I love it. Question, why do you think, because your background is in nursing for years, for decades. Yes. So you've been dealing with medicine and pharmacies and all this. We've heard some doctors say that it's hard to get the medicine to our patients because they're saying, oh, yeah, you can't do this. We don't want you doing it. I'm just wondering, Anita, am I onto something that maybe people like Bill Gates and others are trying to cut the population possibly down by not treating these people when we know we can take care of these people who have?
I don't think it's been difficult to get it. They just won't allow them to use this medication.
Wow.
You know, because they have a directory in the hospital what medications are allowed to use.
I see.
So maybe some reason maybe in many of these hospitals, the powers that be, the medical director is saying, do not use this medicine. We're going to use alternative medicine, other antiviral medication that they can use. And I think absolutely it has been politicized, and There is an agenda. I think they might want to. That's one of the ways to knock off many people, elderly, and those that are have comorbidities.
Yes.
To knock them out of the out of human population.
Yeah, because they're too expensive.
Population control.
I get it.
Absolutely.
All right. Well,
let me mention one thing. I think the deep state, as Archbishop Vigano told President Trump, is behind all this. You can't use hydrochloroquine.
Yeah.
The deep state's behind it, just like Archbishop Vigano told us about the deep state within the Catholic Church. So let's all open our eyes and listen to this successor of the apostle. There are nefarious powers behind politics and even the church. Thanks, Anita. Thanks, babe.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yep, Kaiser. Good. My engineer just said the same thing. Thank you, Anita. Richard, our engineer, came in and showed me that Kaiser have the guys, he's on this pill too. So many people I know who have gotten COVID-19, Jesse. Every single person I know who's been treated properly, they live. But think, Jesse, the survival rate of this COVID-19 is 99.7%. And this is what we're doing. Come on, dude. What's going on? I feel like we're being taken.
We are. We're being taken for fools. But let's move on to this topic.
All right.
Homicides, Terry,
Yeah.
are skyrocketing in dozens of nations of the largest cities.